All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. You know I would do it for you, and let's party. So we have got quite an interesting show for you today. You may or may not have seen that I put out a YouTube short about VTubers and why would you ever be a VTuber? Why would you ever want to do that? And somebody was like, hey, I'd love to come on and talk about it. So let's welcome Mac Anu Plays. Welcome to the party.
Hello. Thank you for the warm introduction. I will admit, my comment was as snarky as your post because I was saying I was going to put it on my stream, and we did. We had a chat and we roasted you a little bit.
That's the name of
it. Was a take.
That's the name of the game. So, where, if people, what do you do? Where can people find you? And unfortunately, with, of course, StreamYard, we couldn't get the actual VTuber, but we could pull up some videos and see what's good.
Okay.
But yeah, tell the people where they can find you.
My name is McAnu. I'm a variety streamer. I'm McAnu117 on Twitch because McAnu was taken, and if I ever get partnered, I'm stealing that name from the dead account. Sorry, that's going to be the reality. I'm McAnu Plays on YouTube, where I work on mainly creating Let's Play content on indie games, trying to showcase games that I think are really cool that don't get enough love. On Twitch, I do everything. I do reactions. I do, I do a little bit too much Overwatch, but I do AAA, I do indie, and I do a lot of community games. My goal is to create an 18+ environment where people can be themselves and not have to feel weird. There are a lot of streamers that let kids into the community, and I feel like that gets weird. That gets uncomfortable. So it's just an 18+ safe space.
Nice. All right. So definitely, and of course, his channel is linked in the description. So please go check it out if you're into that. We got a lot of, I'm not into gaming and stuff like that, but we got a lot of people who are. Shout out to Dixie Cider. Welcome to the party. I guess my broad question is why VTubing? Let's just start there, and we'll get into more of the specifics.
For me personally, or people in general, how general you want to go?
Let's start let's go in general. Why is that attractive to people?
Okay, well, as I'm sure you can probably piece together, anime and VTubing go very hand in hand. A lot of people love anime and they love the aesthetic of anime. So how would you want to invite people in that are into anime, but maybe not into specifically a form of content that you produce? One way is through VTubing, a model that represents an art style that you enjoy, so on and so forth. Or in a lot of cases, VTubers do because, as you said, they don't want their face on screen. I have shown my face, but I prefer not to. I personally don't like how I look, and that's kind of just the gist of it.
Yeah, I think that's most of us.
Yeah. So for most people, the general answer would be VTubing is a way for them to create a character. You can create a brand. As I'm a vampire bartender, like the idea is I actually like mixing drinks IRL, and I can introduce that into my character on stream. And there's also a certain piece in the fact that, hey, and this is just from a comfort perspective, you want to know how many VTubers actually stream naked? I'm not one of them, but I have enough friends who've told me you can get away with it because nobody would know.
I mean,
you would never know. Peak comfort.
Very fair.
For female streamers, no makeup. That's a big one. Female streamers don't have to wear makeup.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Thank you, BB. Yeah, welcome. I guess that makes sense. But when you talk about, like, I was just on a panel last night, and somebody had a 2D a 2D avatar, and it was interactive, but the mouth moved, and then I think the hands moved, and that was about it. He was like, "Yeah, I spent like $3,000 on this." I'm like, "Damn, bro! Like, maybe if that just seems like a lot for not a lot of return."
Well, though, case in point, though, that person now has a face that's branded for anything. They could do shirts, merchandise, mugs, anything, and that face can be the face of their merchandise, the face of their channel. They have a face without having to have their face. They have all the benefits of having a face for merchandise, branding, so people know who made the content. without actually having to lose their anonymity. I hate that word. I struggle with that word.
Yeah, their anonymity.
So case in point, I do merch, but it doesn't have my face on it. I wouldn't want my face on merch. I have my emotes on my merch. It's meant to be cute and enjoyable.
And that makes sense. But coming from my perspective, and maybe it is just like different niches and the ease of popularity. But like I mostly talk religion and politics. If you hear from my TikTok, that is mostly, I've been wading in a little bit more, but I'm trying to keep it all about movies and TV shows. Rewatching the last 2 seasons of Lost, so go follow me on TikTok, same name. But on this channel, because I talk mostly about politics and religion, then it is not necessarily, it's very saturated, and it is very based on the points that you're making. And so from my perspective, it seems like, paying, however, a couple $100 a year for this StreamYard thing. Then, down in the studio, I got my computer, my lights and the mood lighting, all that stuff. I'm not making a lot of money off of YouTube. And so I'm just trying to put it together why it would, like, I understand why you would want to do that. I'm just trying to get past the point of like, yes, I would want to do that, but I want to spend the actual money. I want to go through with that, even though it's not something that is necessarily going to have a return. I would think that you would want to either do a faceless channel or have a like just a picture or something as you build up, and then when you have an audience, when you have money coming in, then you spend thousands of dollars on all this equipment.
Most of them do, though. That's the thing. Most VTubers who have the big models started with something they made themselves, which is inexpensive. Or for 2D, that 2D model you're talking about, there are entire networks of people who release assets where you can create your own model, just plug and play the colors and make your own for next to nothing.
Gotcha.
So you spend $20, you get a basic concept, and then maybe you have a little bit of money, you want to get a couple of hair sets that you want to change out. There's another $20, and you have 10 new hairstyles that you can recolor however you want, so on and so forth. The expensive part is custom model making. Like the big streamers that have the big models have already made it.
Right.
Most VTubers don't have that, though.
So then, what would like entry level, like, okay, I want to be a VTuber and I want to start, you get one of these kind of preset things that you can customize a little bit. But that's also an interactive thing, right? Or is that just the either a JPEG or GIF or?
We'll go from the beginning. There are 3 forms of VTubing. It starts at PNG tubing. A PNG tube is an image that has usually 4 images. One is mouth open, mouth closed, eyes open, eyes closed, which creates the illusion of blinking and talking. It's 4 images, and usually a decent PNG tuber, maybe $60. Depending on the artist, you could be up towards 100, but that's like high quality, high detail. And most people at PNG tube make it themselves. It doesn't take a lot of RAM to run, and it's very simple to do.
That's not bad. That's a lot.
I see that comment from Smokey about it's best to be on cam if you want to build a community. It's not like that anymore. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. In the again, going back to the anonymity thing, that makes sense to me, and especially because again, I'm not into anime. I tried a bunch of them, and it's just not my cup of tea. But that's I know fine. That it is huge, and so like if you have your avatar is maybe based on One Piece or whatever, then I think that is a built-in community of people that already are at least willing to see what's good, right?
Mm-hmm. That would be a part of it. Sometimes people do models and art styles that would be in the style of an anime. But in a general sense, okay, so you made a comment about faceless creation versus, if you go to Twitch right now, I believe the last time I heard it was like 9.8 million streamers on Twitch, right? Something along those lines. Pretty big numbers. probably about 50% of them have one viewer. They don't have in that 50%, they will have no webcam, no mic, which boggles the imagination, and it's just gameplay. So when you're scrolling through thumbnails of all these creators that have nothing, what's going to stand out if you don't have anything there? If they don't want to have the face cam, but they want to stand out, a VTuber model is great for like getting people's attentions. A lot of it's advertising. I'm going to be real. A lot of it's advertising, branding, and safety.
And I guess there is, I mean, obviously with the especially in politics, we just had the issue at TwitchCon where that girl, what's her name, Imaru or something, was assaulted by some dude, and I as much okay. Let me put it this way. Again, coming from ignorance, it does seem like there is a lot of like, I hate this phrase, but like male toxicity in the video game and anime world that then seems to from the outside also track with the VTubing community. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense.
Toxicity inherently, no. There is a certain frustration, I suppose, amongst male VTubers because female VTubers will always do better. Whereas face cam streaming, males tend to do better than a lot of females, depending on what genre they're in. The female models will always look hotter. And at the end of the day, that's the hook. If somebody looks hot, people will click. It's really that simple. And that's not great for a lot of creators, I'm going to be honest, because it bites a lot of people. I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping up with the chat as well. I have to like find a way to make this a little bit bigger on my screen. 1 second.
Okay, we can pull them up. I can read them out. It's just what you're saying. People building relationships is hard to build a relationship with an avatar. VTube can work, but way lower success rate. How many VTubers are there, and how many are big? You can do a lot with personality, but there are limitations. And
I mean, so right off the bat, with a lot of VTubers, there are a lot of VTubers out there. I don't have full numbers for you. On Twitch alone, when I go to Twitch now, when I look for people to raid out to, for every 2 face cams, I see a VTuber. Cleavage sells, real or otherwise. It does. It does. Yep. It really does. Case in point. I'm going to throw a couple of names out there of VTubers who grew, blew up, and so on and so forth. They do really well for themselves. I'm sure some names will probably ring out right away. You have people, as someone studied marketing, there's a lot of reasons to have a mascot avatar. Yes, exactly. That's like where a lot of it starts. The ability to have the freedom to market and advertise. But there are things like Fillion. Fillion is a giant streamer. Have you heard of her?
What's the name again?
Fillion. She is known for doing backflips in VR, basically. Her whole shtick is she is fully rigged. So she is a model that can walk around the stream and around the screen and interact with the world that she is in. But because she's fully headsetted up. So, she's massive.
I think the only person that I know is Nuxanor. That's the only
Nuxanor, yeah. And he was a PNG for a long fucking time. See, that whole concept about not getting a 2D, motherfucker didn't get it. Can I swear here? I just realized we're on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, he did not get a model until, well, obviously he was already big, but he didn't get a model until I feel like he got jerked into it, honestly, because he was a PNG tuber. He was a GIF, a face that floated up, and you knew who he was by his laugh and that face, that fucked up mischievous smile he has. That's branding. You would know that even if you don't know his content, you would recognize him.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then TV viewers keep saying you always got the you can always hype the face reveal. That's another marketing.
And a lot of them do. They hold on for a long time. I made my community raise 1 million channel points on Twitch before I did a face reveal. Like I hyped that shit up. Agree, let alone the best, especially for the people that keep personal life.
Yeah, Starchild said, agreed, let alone it's best, especially for people who want to keep personal life and quote fame separate due to safety of themselves and their family. Yeah, I was going to bring up how I think in all areas of the internet, but especially I think, both of our, whether it's VTubing or it's politics, the propensity for somebody to want to do something is higher. And again, I think that goes across genres and niches, but specifically when it's like, oh, I don't know who that person is, so I want to find out, or I think that person is evil because they have different politics, so I want to Charlie Kirk them. I literally have been thinking about, just calling up the local police department and be like, hey, just to let you guys know, I am a more right-leaning political streamer, and I live at this address. So if anybody calls and says that I'm like murdering somebody, just like hit me up first, please.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like the whole, that is something that is stated that if you have a public standing profile and you have any sort of size and regular viewership, that it is highly recommended that you do reach out to your local authorities to avoid swatting predominantly, and things of that nature. So going back to the VTubers and the price, you mentioned that one streamer at 3,000. So is there a way that I can send you something and you can show it to the audience?
Yeah.
I send you a clip?
Yeah.
All right, I'll send you a clip of a VTuber, somebody that I actually know. And she told me how much her model was. All of her, I should say her model, all of her assets, all of the models and iterations she'd had since she started streaming. I'm going to just grab a random clip so you can see the model. You can see the general gist of it. And you don't even have to play it. Oh, I sent that to the wrong person. Whoops. They'll be wondering why they randomly. Okay. So her name is Vampykins. I've known her for a while. She got really big playing Dead by Daylight. And she's another vampire VTuber like myself. But she got big. She's sitting at probably around 20,000 followers on Twitch right now. Streams always are over between 150 and 200 viewers, so on and so forth. And her model's gorgeous. I'll let you look at the model and then take a guess what you think it costs, and then I'll tell you for her assets and stuff.
So chat, we how much do you think that this avatar costs? That's what we want to see. Let's see.
I just know that the community is going to love October 13th because it is going to be a day to remember. It's going to be the rebirth of Vampy, and it's going to be so good. So good. I want to spoil everything, but I can't. I gotta hold on. It's so good, though. I want to leak. All over chat. Wait.
Anybody got a guess?
Wait.
Anybody got a guess? I'm curious.
Why? Fucking intrusive thoughts. I hate it. No, stop. No. Stop it.
Shout out, Abe. How much do you think this avatar costs?
Chat. Wait. What? Why?
1K per month? Okay.
Intrusive thoughts! I hate it! No! Stop! No! Stop it! No!
So for the record, a lot of stuff that was happening in the background is through a platform called Tangia, if you know what that is.
Not heard of it.
So Tangia is an interesting platform that allows people to play memes for bits or whatever. If it's done through Twitch, it's with bits. If it's done through YouTube, I'm sure you use a different form of currency, so on and so forth. People pay money to make stuff flash up on screen, play sound so far, just be disruptive and chaotic and annoying as they want. All right. So for the information, I see somebody with the 20K. You were probably the closest. When I talked to her, and this was about a year ago, all of her models, all of the extensions. Now, I want to point out the model itself is one thing, but we're talking the model, all of the outfits, all of the toggles, like all of the different things that they can do with their stances and so on and so forth, or change the facial expressions to a severe degree. Serial killer face where they have blood all over their face and stuff like that. All of those toggles also cost money. She told me about a year ago, before she had a giant revamp, that it was well over $25,000.
Damn. So based on what we were talking about before, when Smokey said 20K, I was like, okay, that's a good guess. But based on what we've been saying, I would have guessed closer to like 5K.
For maybe the base model, yes.
That's wild. And so then is there and then Ayush was saying 1K per month. Is there
There's no per month. That doesn't exist.
So just once
No,
you set
that's
up,
no, it's okay. So what happens is imagine you get a game, or we're gonna play that everybody hates gaming nowadays. You get a brand new game comes out, you love it, you're enjoying it. Hey, new DLC comes out. That's what VTubing is like. You got a game, you got your model, but you want to change something big about it, and you're not an artist. Pay an artist to add an addition to the model. You usually stick with the same artist that you start with. Her artist was very cool. Apparently, they mainly do female models, and I personally wanted to get a model along those lines at some point in my life that's more hyper realistic, because there's very different styles. Her style with the hyper realistics, all the shading, all the details, everything, it is pretty expensive. But also, there's a lot that goes behind it, because it's not just modeling. So you made a comment about helmets and VTubing, and it made us chuckle a little bit. So do you want to know how VTubing works?
I definitely do. Real quick though, let's shout out our boy T the Viewerski with the I didn't even look at it. What is it? $10 PayPal. Thank you so very, very much. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring treats, so Morty's gonna get a little bit of sweetness. Come here, Mort. Come here. Come on. We're waiting. Thank you so very, very much. Of course, you guys remember that every donation comes with a treat for Morty. Thank you so very much. TV said, hail Morty, and he just needs to cosplay Morty for 5K subs. I mean, let's do it. I'm down. Let's do it. I'll be Morty. Thank you. Let's get to Smokey's saying art is expensive for some reason. Someone was selling a banana taped to a wall for 100K. And then Starchild said art is expensive because it takes time, and that's what you're paying for. Especially that alone and rigging can be very tedious. Yeah. And
okay. Would you like to know what rigging is when you're done?
Yeah. So that was irrelevant too. Well, actually, we're gonna talk about the whatchamacallit, the helmet and the rigging. But
I'll explain that. Yeah.
Let's just real quick watch how this all started.
Yeah.
Look, I completely understand wanting to have a faceless reaction channel. But what is the point of VTubing? I'm genuinely asking what's going on. I'm genuinely asking, like, what is the point of having just an anime character blocking some of the screen of the video that you're reacting to? Like, okay, so if I grab this, does this make this video better? This makes the video better, guys. I don't get it. Somebody explain it to me. Well, because I know those things aren't cheap. I know it's not cheap, and I don't know exactly how it works. Trying to make a video, Morty. I know it's not cheap. I know it's not cheap. I know that I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm sure that there's some kind of face mapping thing, or at least a helmet that you got to put on or something. Why? Just do a faceless channel. If what you're covering is good and what you have to say is good, people will follow the channel. And yes, I am kind of being tongue-in-cheek, establishing that it doesn't make sense more so than I am asking. But I am also asking, like, what are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing? So, where are we? So yeah, that rigging and all of that stuff. We got Dr. Evil Genius in the building. Welcome to the party. We can show you again. What is it? Vampykins.
Her name is Vampykins, yes. She has plenty of clips, by the way. I just sent you a random one that has showed a fair bit of her model.
It showed a fair bit.
Oh, dude, this is nothing. You should see when her and a bunch of other streamers had a beach day. That was wild.
Because it is going to be a day to remember. It's going to be the rebirth of Vampy.
Signing up as a member. So this is a VTuber.
So good. I want to spoil everything, but I can't. I gotta hold on. It's so good though. I want a week.
And so we're saying it's about she pays about 20K to get that that setup. So yeah, please and thank you for Dr. Evans for joining as a member. Very, very much appreciated. So rigging. What exactly is rigging?
Okay, so basically, a VTuber model is first and foremost, we'll talk about the capture. I capture it through a webcam. So I have a webcam, hence why I've been able to be on camera. For most VTubers who are long game, you need to have good face tracking, and that usually comes through an iPhone. A camera specifically because of the face recognition. How it ends up working is you download a program, it pairs up to your computer, it tracks all the motions of your face, and then mirrors that onto the model. But that model doesn't come inherently with what's called rigging, which is how all the muscles and joints in the face work, so it looks natural. So when they were saying it's tedious, imagine having to design the effect of having a character blink or raise an eyebrow that will be in tandem with how your face moves.
Yeah, it's like that one scene in Invincible where I think it's season 2 where they were like having this meta moment about everybody complaining that there was like 2 years between seasons, and they did just not low res, but like a bunch of things where they were covering the mouth and all that stuff. And like, yeah, you never know. Sometimes they'll just do this to save money, or they'll cut away to B-roll and it looks like it's moving, but it's just a bunch of people, because doing that stuff does really take a long time, and I definitely can respect that. I absolutely can respect that. You really have to love doing all this, because already there's a lot there. But yeah, so you're saying the face tracking.
Face tracking, like I said, can be done through a webcam. Most people that get long game will get an older iPhone. You don't need a new one, just an older iPhone that has the face tracking. It runs through a capture application. Those apps will then link, and then you'll run that through your stream. That will allow people, like, there are models that are like, you saw how her eyes were moving. She's probably was looking around her screen, so on and so forth. The jiggle physics, that had to be programmed in. That's not natural. You got to put that in. That there's actually somebody who had to design her jiggle. Every part of it is done by hand, and the better ones that look really nice cost a lot of money. 2D is more expensive than 3D. She is a 2D model. So I said there were 3 forms. There's PNG, 2D, and 3D. I am a 3D VTuber because I don't have the money for a 2D, and 3D is pretty cheap to get into, genuinely.
Mm. You're saying 2D's harder than 3D.
Oh, I got long hair too. Let's not be bitching about people's hairline.
I do need hair.
I do actually grow my hair out as well. So hippie or not, you know what? Though I'm albino, so I actually go my hair ends up going full Viking.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So yes, that is the crux of how the process of VTubing works. You usually have to find an artist, find a style that you like, and then work from there. Or if you're an artist yourself, you can do it all yourself. A lot of VTubing comes from people being artists and just wanting to do it themselves.
That is so. You were going to say earlier that unless you were getting to this, that I made a comment about a headset. Is this what?
So the headset I think you were thinking about was like virtual reality is my only guess, because no, everything's captured through a camera. The only people that do anything with headsets are if they're doing content through something like VR chat, where they bring their model, bring it into VR chat, and then they explore the VR chat world as their character, which does happen. That's like how Fillion works in a lot of ways. But no, there's no VTuber helmet is the best way I can put it.
So it's mainly just once you get the rigging all set up, then essentially it is just like anybody else, where you just turn it on and go, because it's not like, because I was thinking when I was thinking along the lines of like VR, where you have the a headset or something that's not a VR headset, but like something that is like tracking your face like that.
Oh, thank God, no. That would suck. No, yeah.
And then you got to have something on like your elbow and your shoulder and your hand so that it could see, but then it's all digital.
Nowadays, we're in a place where you can get away with most of that with a camera instead of it. Now, if you want to go full tracking, yeah, you can put stuff on your arms and hands if you want to have that. And a lot of VTubers do. There are ways to do it and have it look good. The crux is the effort you put in does oftentimes pay out to what you get in return. It's a situation where, yes, you want to make yourself look good so people click, and then you got to have the personality to keep them there, because looks only get you so far, obviously.
Yeah. Shout out to Zippy DSM Lee. Welcome. Said I keep up with Reb, Chibi, and Kirsch. Hear a lot of the trials of Nux all the time. Fun times. Keep up the fight, man. Hell yeah. Are you familiar with these guys?
I'm assuming Chibi's Chibi Doki. They're Kata Gremlin. Rev, I'm thinking it's Rev Desu, but I'm not positive. And Kirsch, I have no idea. Obviously, I know who Nux is. There are headset cams.
Starchild said it also promotes their
art or another artist, I'm assuming.
Thank you. Art or another artist art, whoever the commission. So it also promotes your brand and artist work, which gets them more commissions and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so when in VTubing, what you end up having, that's fine, Smokey. I'm going to be as blunt as you're being. That's your opinion, and I have the right not to care.
Well, hold on. Yeah, so let's go back to this. You know what Starchild was talking about, the artistry and the business of art, and then I do actually want to dig into what Smokey's saying.
Okay, so the cool thing with this is when you're a VTuber, it's called having a VTuber parents. They made you. They made your model. They designed you. So oftentimes they're deemed your parents. And it may sound cringe. I get it. It's not for everybody. But there is a loyalty to the people who helped you become what you are. So, yes, you promote your artists. You hope that they get all the love and commissions because they're making money from the art that that you paid them, obviously, for what they did for you. But if you go out there and you become a famous streamer and their art is in the tags, that they're going to get so much traction. People want to be VTubers, and VTubers watch VTubers. If somebody likes how a model looks, they will immediately go to the artist and try and find out who it is.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Like my brother went to school for art. I think he was doing graphic design. I don't think he ever did anything with it, but he's always been into art. Like I have everything on my left leg below my knee is no other tattoos but from him. He's not even a tattoo artist. He just has the machine, and so like that's his spot. Whenever we get together, he'll just give me another little something. And yeah, I definitely understand that part. But yeah, what Smokey was saying is Smokey's saying I love anime. I hate people ruining my anime by trying to become anime characters. Sorry. And this is again, yeah, everybody's got an opinion, like everybody's got an asshole, but I think this is another aspect from, Smokey saying he loves anime, but from an outsider, it seems, I mean, incestuous is a strong word, but it seems like very feeding upon itself. You know what I mean?
To a degree. So this can even be taken to the cosplay scene. Do you know what an OC is?
No.
An OC is an original character. This translates to writing. This translates to art. People make their original characters. VTubers are just original characters, but they're anime styled. At the end of the day, you were creating something. You created a concept. So I'm probably going to get some cringes for this back in the day. I'm a writer. I'm a writer by nature. I grew up writing. When I was younger, I would participate in Discords that taught how to do D&D style campaigns, but you write out all the actions. And my character was a vampire bartender. The Macanu character has been around for about a decade now that I made, and I brought it into the VTuber space. It's my OC. What style that I am in? Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to say Hassan shocked his dog. I don't care. I appreciate that comment in chat. Holy shit. TikTok's been a cesspool watching all the nose rings defend Hassan lately. Anyway, it's bad. It's bad. Uh-oh. He froze? Did he freeze?
Am I back? Hello?
Hey, hi. Welcome back. I said Hassan, he shocked your internet. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, right. There you go. See, that's what you get for telling everybody that I actually do shock my dog. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, no, I like I said, TikTok's been a cesspool to be a part of. Every time if it's not a San post, it's somebody posting about the DoorDash situation, which if we want to, we could talk about later because that's a mess.
Oh yeah, it was wild. But
All right.
you're talking about how it feels like if there's somebody who's already into anime, if there's somebody who's already into, let's just say, art like that, then I think that has a built-in audience. But the other side of it is that somebody like me, if I see that, I automatically I'm like, I don't want to watch this. And maybe obviously everybody is different. So it's not that I'm saying everyone is bad, but I just have that reaction. And I think a lot of people do.
I get that. I've just been watching Smokey's chat so far, and it felt like they were being almost antagonistic. That's why my response was so coarse. I'll use the word coarse. People have their preferences. They do. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. Out there, even if as a VTuber, so I mean no disrespect. Okay, that's better energy than what I was getting from you to start. Because in the beginning it was just like cringe. I'm like, okay.
Well, but that's the thing is I don't think it's like just talking shit. It's saying like, hey, legitimately, when I see this, it looks cringe to me. And maybe you have great content that I otherwise would want to enjoy, but I just can't get past this thing.
Okay. Well, on that same note, you could see I grew up watching content that was no camera, funnily enough.
Well, and that's why I brought up the faceless thing, because not having a face there is easier for me, like just as an individual. It's easier for me to just be like, okay, I'm just watching what I'm watching. It almost seems like a distraction, which is why in my head, I'm like, why are you messing up your video? Just that's kind of where I'm coming from.
I suppose a big part of VTubing is people wanting to see something resembling the reaction, something they can connect with, because even if people don't think you can connect with a virtual model because their expressions bleed through. Their personality will bleed through the model. It's not as cut and dry as they're virtual. There's nothing there. You can't connect to it, because you very easily can. It takes time, and also it has to be, you have to vibe with the person's personality. If I had to say it from the beginning, it is the model is the hook for a lot of people. For the people that it isn't, then they're not going to click on you anyway.
True.
I started off as a disembodied voice. I streamed from my Xbox. I had a cringy ass headset. No. I started off with a pair of cell phone earbuds I plugged into the controller, and it had a low electrical hum that, that shit. Low electrical hum that every time I streamed, I wanted to end it all in Minecraft. So, been there, done that, got a better headset, and I got to really focus in on audio quality and stuff like that. That's where because I want to be a voice actor, come into play.
Oh, nice.
So I started with the disembodied voice. I got a computer, and I wanted to do VTubing, not because it was popular, not because it was niche. I wanted another way to connect with my audience other than them just hearing it in my voice. Because I'm a very genuine person. Like, what you hear is what you get. I'm not going to put on a facade. I'm not going to act up for you guys. I think I'm the most boring motherfucker to watch horror games because I don't get scared. I wish I did. I tried to get into Phasmophobia. That's just boring as fuck. I tried. But I can't make it entertaining, so I don't play it. Yeah, I don't have that. I don't have the Markiplier scream. I'm sorry, I don't. I just don't. So, as far as it goes, I wanted more ways to connect with an audience but I still didn't want to be on camera myself, because I don't think that anybody wants to see me. That's genuinely, at the end of the day, where it comes from.
I get that, and I mean, like, I get that. Like, I'm not super sexy, but I know I'm not ugly. So it's like, again, easy for somebody like me to say. I mean, like, I got issues with my teeth and all that, whatever. And I think that it seems like, again, a limiter that if you're putting yourself out there, at what point, like, how far can you take that and still be completely unknown?
So that's up to the person, because we still have people that don't know. We don't know what Nux looks like still. Case in point, perfect example, Nux Taku. Nobody knows what he looks like. He's hidden his face very well.
Didn't he do a face reveal? I thought he did.
He's trolled the face reveal like 7 times. I haven't watched his content recently, but he has fucked with people so much that I don't think he's ever still revealed his face. And he probably never will because of the number of people who want that man dead. Yep. So, like, case in point, we're in a position now that, yes, the safety behind it, corpse, until he revealed his own face, no, he was he was able to get away with it if he decided to never take the mask off. Damn, you got some gift subs to be thanking, my dude.
We will definitely get there. Shout out to Funkmaster General. Very, very, very much appreciated. So what you're saying, it's like those girls who try to put on those phony anime character voices. This is the kind of thing that I mean that is limiting. The people who are already into that kind of stuff, I think are there. But how do you break past that? Or is it just that there's enough people in this world that I'll just stay in my world?
Okay, so 2 things with that. The people that put on that voice did it because it worked. They were able to grow an audience through it. And I don't get it. The like really high-pitched anime girl voice, I do not get. Yeah, that shit drives me crazy. So I'm out of myself a lot. I've already said I'm blonde. I'm legally blind, and I have very high hearing. Like my hearing goes really hard. That high-pitched voice actually feels like nails on a chalkboard to me. So the people that force that voice drive me insane. Now, there are some people that naturally do have a softer set voice. Here's the thing. That audience will stay with that forever, and there's enough of an anime-inspired audience or enough of a VTuber audience. Best example, do you know anything about HoloLive?
Never heard of it.
Okay. So I'm going to give you another thing that you can look at. I will send you a link, but I will describe it while you're also saying thank you, because I see more stuff happening.
Shout out to the Funkmaster General. I did forget to bring treats, so I'm just putting sweet stuff on my hands and giving it to Morty. Come here, bud. Come here. Yeah. There we go. Don't forget, guys, every donation comes with a treat for the Overlord. Don't worry, I will give him a whole handful of treats for you guys because I did forget. But thank you so very, very much. Always a pleasure to see you, sir. And if one of the mods could drop the link to the Discord, if you just got a membership, you now have full access to the whole thing. Even if you don't, it is free to join. Thank you. Welcome to the party.
Okay,
Dr. Virginia said, I used to get a lot of flack for not showing my face when I started on YouTube doing Call of Duty gameplay commentary videos. I was just making content I enjoyed. So that's
going to happen, sadly, especially in the COD community. Like every community has that, but in a general sense, that you're tackling a space where the natural comment that people will have to you is, I don't want to listen to what you say because you don't have the balls to show your face. I get that as a VTuber, but like in the Call of Duty community, people will make fun of you for anything, and that is a common one that people will throw.
Yeah, and that's also, again, another part of, the internet is the internet, and that's just how people are going to be. So, guys, I did just drop the link to the Discord if you want to join. It is, again, absolutely free to join. There is members-only stuff, but it's free to join 24/7. We're in there hanging out. But Funkmaster just gifted 5 memberships, so make sure you take advantage of that. TV said, talking about Nuxnor, he's like, I know what his hands look like. Do you? Do you, though? Yeah, that's so...
Yeah, no, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, welcome, Chris Lestrange. I put out a short, what was it, last week or something, saying, I just don't understand. I don't understand why somebody like Mac here would be a VTuber instead of just having a faceless channel or something like that. And he was like, "Hey, I'll come and explain it to you." Unfortunately, StreamYard has a bunch of stuff to keep up with, and this is one of them. But we can definitely take a side quest to check out some of Mac's content.
Be prepared. That might be a terrible idea. On some of my more recent clips, What was that?
Liberty said, can we get a list of all the programs and platforms mentioned in this video? Yeah, so I got some notes here. We were talking about...
I can offer VTuber or locations for the camera, or how to do the VTuber models. I can offer a bunch of stuff in that regard. I am not an artist, though, so I will give you guys that heads up right off the bat. I have friends that have helped me out immensely. My 3D model I did not pay for. My friend literally got bored. It's like, I'm going to learn how to make models, and she made me my 3D model. I got really blessed in that regard.
Word up. Yeah, TV, she said, Call of Duty Survival equals thick skin.
Absolutely.
Load out and hide. Were you sending me?
Oh, I didn't know if you wanted me to say them out loud or send you actual like the things, because I can send you the names. I would recommend doing the time to actually to Google the links, since I didn't have all of those set up beforehand. But I could send you like the names in question of the things that we would use. For instance, the software that you would want to use as a newer streamer. The simplest one is called VC Face. And it is the face tracking software that most people on camera will use. It's an older model. If you have a computer that's a little bit rougher, it is the bare bones, so it won't take a lot of resources on your computer when you're live streaming. I'm sorry if you guys hear boofing. My dog apparently is offended with somebody outside. She has an opinion about this entire conversation. Don't worry about it.
That's the way we like it. Real quick, so if you give me a second, everybody who's joined, I will get your perms for all of the rest of the channels. You should be able to type in free chat, no problem. I'm about to change the permissions, so let me know how that is working. So Steelman, you should be good. Chris, you should be good. And Smokey, you should be good. Let me know if there are any issues. I don't know what this means. Did Mac press the gate button?
The gate button. Oh, wait. Are you trying to make a dot hack reference?
I have no idea.
I'm wondering if they're making a dot hack reference. So my name originates from, as I said, I'm a writer. My name originates from a game way back in the day called Dot Hack. Dot Hack was a JRPG where you loaded into a world, you get brought into an adventure with your buddy, you go into a dungeon, your friend gets taken out by a really freaky monster, and you find out he ends up in a coma in real life. And it's the mystery of how these events correlate and how to set everybody free. It's a really good series. My name was themed around the concept that Mackinac was the starting town. So it was the place where all the players would start up, and before you logged out, you always had to go back to it. I wrote short stories, so Mackinac to make a new made sense to me.
Interesting. Bunkmaster General said, come on, Mac. The real reason is you're just so handsome that it would make the rest of us feel terrible about ourselves. That's what it is. Y'all are just, super chads, giga chads. And
some VTubers are hot. Like the ones who do show their face, like they are actually legitimately hot. They do it mainly for their own safety and security. A lot of VTubers are hot behind the camera. I have the voice and the face for radio, and I own that.
Fair. What if Ice just wore anime cosplay instead of mask? There we go. Solving problems. Brilliant. Chris says, thanks, Max. Thanks, Mac. Appreciate the advice. Have a VTube character and have been using just a looping video, which sucks with a virtual cam when he shows up on panels.
Okay.
Any advice for, because before you were talking about the tracking software.
So you have a VTube character. So you're saying, do you have the actual VR? It would be a VRM file, probably. The file that these models are run through. If you have it, you could use the actual softwares. The 3 softwares I put in our DMs for the names, then names may not help. I'll go and get the links for you later. Doing it on the fly, I didn't expect that particular question to prop up. But the bare bone basic one is VC Face. You would just Google that. You'll be able to find it pretty easily. The one that's been getting a lot of updates recently, their capture software is VC Face, Warudo, and Vignon. Yep, those are them. Well, Rudo is harder on your system, but it has a lot of actual abilities to use your hands and arm motion just through your webcam. So that's kind of makes it better, but it uses a lot more resources. And VNeon is the one that I'm presently using, which allows me to do things like create node patterns. So when somebody follows, we have confetti explode on the screen. I wave at them as they come in, stuff like that. Or one of the ones I'm going to set up is I can set up a bonk. So I have the bonk sound effect. And I can trigger it when people bonk me that I get hit with a sledgehammer. It squishes my model now. Stuff like that is interactive. You're trying to create an interactive space. There's a VTuber I actually really wanted to show you because you were talking about the purpose behind it. And there was a really cool VTuber. I'm trying to remember her name. But her VTuber is all in black and white. And it's in like old 1950s, 1940s cartoon aesthetic. It is epic.
There's definitely a lot of room for creativity. Chris, I do show my face on my channel, but it's funny being a cartoon character. But I'm honing in on the before you were talking about the PNG streamers, where it's not a video; it's just the 4 different pictures. Is
4
that
6, depending on how many they need, because they want to have different expressions and stuff.
So like that. Again, let's take StreamYard out of it, but let's say that you could get all your video to work with whatever platform. Then instead of having a looping video, would it be better to just have because again, if you're doing a panel, then you're live. So I'm just trying to think of the interactive aspect of just switching from open mouth to closed mouth and
I should on that. That's run all automatic. So there's a software, there's a couple of different ways to do it. Most recently, a lot of people use Discord Reactive. So it runs through Discord. When you talk, it'll be your open mouth. When you're not talking, when there's no sound coming through mic, it automatically closes the mouth. Eyes opening and closing could just be the base tracking for your camera that if it detects that you're blinking, it'll do it automatically. It's another form of tracking. How complicated you get with it is up to you. Some people have set up when they're muted that their model falls asleep or something, or things like that.
Yeah, you can say it's another level of engagement.
Exactly.
There you go. It's jiggle, or is it jiggle cells, physical or otherwise.
I mean,
Liberty Plus TV said, I have a feeling this is the very early stages of something that will become ubiquitous. So, Liberty, say more on this. Why do you think that? And Mac, what do you think of what Liberty is saying?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and out myself right now and have to Google the terminology ubiquitous. I've heard the word, but off the top of my head, I'm not sure where that fills in here.
It just means something. Yeah, it just means something. This is the very early stages of something that everybody will be doing.
Oh, yeah. No, we're already in that place. So where this started, we're going to go with where it started and how it's exploded the way that it did. So case in point, this started back in the day with Iron Mouse I already brought up is one of the biggest VTubers. She is the biggest VTuber on Twitch. She is massive. We're talking about models. She gets a new model like every couple of months. She spent hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on models at this point. And she has that kind of money. Now, going out from there, different places have different fandoms of this. So when I mentioned HoloLive earlier, I'm going to pose this something to you, and this is probably going to sound ridiculous. We have a situation now where 5 girls got introduced because they all auditioned for something called HoloLive. And this was for the HoloLive EN. There were 5 girls, they all auditioned, and they became basically overnight idols. Because HoloLive creates idols out of virtual people. So I was going to send you one of the names. Her name is Calliope Mori. And her whole shtick is she is a Grim Reaper VTuber, but she's also a rapper. Like, she actually can fucking rap. A lot of the VTubers have a talent on the side that also helps with that, like, growth. Vampy, she sings metal. Like, she full on goes in on it. Yeah, she's a metalhead all the way. She does karaoke streams on a semi-regular basis.
That's pretty cool. I guess it's definitely a matter of yeah. See, Liberty saying I'm interested in this music aspect. I guess just like so many other things that like it's just a new thing, and as Liberty is saying, it's just going to become more and more common. That like we could just talk about just talking about TikTok in general. Like I was a TikTok hater forever, and now I love TikTok. But that's because I thought that TikTok was what you see of TikTok on Twitter or whatever, where it's somebody taking something that they didn't like from TikTok to show you, look how bad this is, specifically like libs of TikTok. And and then even before that, it was just like, oh, it's just like teenage girls dancing. Why do you want that? But when you understand that, like, okay, yes, it has that, but there's a lot more to it. I still say that as of right now, not in the censorship category, but just overall, TikTok is clearly the best social media platform.
For now. I feel like we're in a position now with the amount of stuff that gets knocked off of TikTok, with how quick you put up something that's really funny, but you somehow itch the TikTok algorithm the wrong way, and then you get your channel reported or whatever else. It has the most potential, but we're in a place now where it's like the moderation's in a bad way. I still will scroll TikTok for way too many hours out of the day. I know I shouldn't, but lately I've been getting kicked off of it every time I open up TikTok. Like every third TikTok has to do with the DoorDash lady. Yep. I interacted with 2 posts commenting on them, and it will not get off my feed now. 2 posts.
I think it's just everywhere. It's just everywhere, but it'll fade down. That's that. But I kind of like that aspect of trends, like in the idea of I started posting on TikTok because I was already doing this, but these jamokes watch any good shows or anything. Mostly just anime. No, but we don't really watch a lot of the same things, and I just wanted somewhere to talk about this stuff where people would actually care. And I forgot where I was going with that.
There's a train of thought. It's been derailed. No passengers survived. It's okay.
It'll come back eventually.
3 hours later.
Yeah. Yep. As soon as the stream's done. Liberty Plus said, platforms that allow users to post copyright material without getting taken down will always win any platform battle. That is very true. But even outside of that, I think it is you have a much better chance of being heard if you're just some random person on TikTok than X, YouTube, Twitch, all these other places. They so heavily prioritize the people that already have a platform, that already make them money. Like, when's the last time you just stumbled upon a YouTube channel that had less than 1,000 subscribers? Like, never. But you see random people who have 30 followers on TikTok all the time.
You do.
Oh, that's what I was saying. I remember. Okay. The trends. Yes, this particular trend is getting annoying because we don't have a lot of information and there's a lot of speculation. But I was saying how I wanted to talk about TV because we're in an age where nobody's really watching the same stuff anymore. And it used to be like I'm rewatching Lost now because that's people know Lost, but you try to talk about a current show and nobody's on it. And so when these TikTok trends happen, well, at least then there's something that everybody's talking about the same thing. And it could get a little bit much, but I really do appreciate that aspect of it. These trends like that don't really happen on YouTube.
Yeah, I would definitely say that TikTok is the best and the worst. It has the best and the worst things. Because the other thing that we had on TikTok for a while, that was the NPC trends. Mm-hmm. That was a plague on TikTok for a while. And people made a lot of good money doing it. But it's a situation where those trends, I guess it depends on what kind of person you are and what kind of content you enjoy, because every one of them is going to be hit and miss. For me, I'm happy if I get a couple of animal videos out of my TikTok feed and then I close the app for a while. Like, I need that little burst of dopamine to get through the next round of bullshit that I'm about to put myself through. I mean, that's kind of the same energy, in my opinion. Like, trends can be good, but we're in a place now where they've been back-to-back bad. Like, there's been a lot more negative than positive coming out of these trends lately.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, like there were, you go back to the man versus the bear.
Oh, jeez. God. Yeah, I hope you took the bear. Or are you talking about the 100 men versus the bear, or the woman wanting to have the bear on the island? Which one?
So I was talking about the woman in the woods. Would you rather see a random man or a random bear?
Oh my God.
100 men versus, or it was one man versus what, like 100 kindergartners or something like that?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it's not serious. It's not, but it is interesting.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be serious, but some people make it serious is the problem.
Well, that too.
I feel like it's a litmus test of your IQ when you see some of these people respond to these situations.
Yep. And that's why that's why it's I think it's, maybe important is the wrong word, but it's useful to kind of see where the general cultural temperature is. I've been getting a lot more of, just kind of not like far left-wing content, but just more people who are not really into politics, like dipping their toe in. And that's really helpful to me as what I do, because then it helps fight the idea of the tribalistic, the stereotypical, archetypal person. Oh, you voted this way, so you must be that way, which also helps to not do it yourself and not be tribalistic yourself.
Yeah, there's I haven't really watched her content. Well, I only found her because of Nux, but there was Shoe on Head that I know kind of dissected both sides of the argument a lot of the time, because she didn't really stand one way or the other. I always appreciated her videos. And she had that app, whatever that news source app was, that she always said, because it gave all sides. I don't dive heavy into politic type stuff because it's usually really heavy. Yeah, it's usually a lot, and for me personally, my content's an escape for people. Like, there's too much reality in a day to day, but I do pay attention to a fair bit of it in my own time. I just don't bring it forth to the people that I entertain. I respect the people that do it, as long as they're not being, what's the word I want to say? As long as you're not trying to get people to start shit, is the best way I can put it. Yeah. Hassan Puker.
There you go. Destiny.
Destiny, Hassan Puker, like fucking Asmongold at this point, jumping in on it. At the end of the day, I find it interesting how many people want to talk about politics once it starts. And I'm not saying that it does, but it feels like nowadays there's so many streamers that weren't this anymore that are now becoming political streamers to get views.
Yep.
That's where the direction we're going.
Yeah. And that's a really frustrating aspect of, like, I'm not the guy who's gonna be like I'm not a newscaster. So like if something happens in Israel, I'm not gonna jump on stream like, guys, this just happened, because my thing is more about commentary and more about the culture itself. Like, yes, the culture as it relates to politics, but not necessarily, well, I read this policy and in the court documents, like, I'm not that guy. But we can talk about, well, people are, like Dr. Genius was saying when we were bringing up the man and the bear, or the man versus the bear, and now women are mad that women aren't helping them when they encounter bears. There was literally a TikTok of a woman encountering a bear, and there was dudes there and didn't help. It's like, yo, you literally said don't do that. And so
on that same note, I just saw a video. Woman is at the gym on one of the stair stepping machines, pulls out her fucking camera to record the dude on the machine next to her saying, "What are you doing here? No, you're making us both uncomfortable. Why'd you pick that machine? Why are you here?" And the dude is just doing his workout, not looking at her. Literally, I think probably had earbuds in, did not give a shit she was there. But she wanted to be the victim. So she made, and no wonder we don't want to approach. Y'all fucking crazy, respectfully. Disrespectfully, I don't care. I'm at a point now where every time I see one of these people, I'm like, this is why I still believe a lot of people should have been swallowed. Anyway, world would be a better place. So if we're talking about, I don't do political, but I do a lot of YouTube drama, and a lot of that gets tied to politics. I do follow a lot of that. So the creator I listen to is Nicholas Diorio. Do you know him?
I've not heard of him.
Right lately, yeah, the reason why you might have, if you don't know him, he's a faceless. He uses a little what does he call them? It's a little dancing emote that's on the screen as what will represent his face and body. And he just talks about YouTube drama. And the big thing that he's been talking about lately is Ethan Klein and Hassan. He covered the entire debate. That was a clusterfuck. That was really, really bad. He does right now. A lot of it is watching iDubbbz melt down and turn into a little bitch because he used to be a kind of a funny dude, but now he's really pathetic.
Yeah, I never even watched iDubbbz, but just seeing clips from who he used to be versus who he is now, like, oh man.
Motherfucker got whipped at one point. He whipped himself into forgiveness, but nobody cared. So yeah, no, as far as it goes, like we're in a place now with watching his careers. Like I used to like some of iDubbbz's older stuff. I think about it now and I'm like, he did some really creepy shit. Like the Tana Mojo one was the one that I always will go back to of like, that was really weird. Homeboy was in his 20s and he went to a con of an 18-year-old to whisper the N-word in her ear.
What people will do.
Yes. But yeah, no. So we're at a point now, basically, where a lot of this content, if you end up looking for somebody who's non-biased, I would say go with Nicholas Diorio. He's a funny dude. You can get some good information out of him. And he is covering political subjects, not because he wants to, because it directly ties into the YouTube drama he follows anyway.
Yeah, makes sense. And like that is another aspect of, like I was saying, I'm not the news guy, but like yourself saying, well, I don't really want to get into that. I think the role that I'm trying to fill is like, you don't have to. I'll do it for you. Because you don't care about what Bibi Netanyahu said in this particular meeting. You more so care, are we at war or are we not at war? And so like I could be the one that is like the entry ramp where, you're not going to get all of your information from me, but you'll get enough that if you care about this, then, you can look more into this and stuff like that. And,
I would say that's a good place to be at, though. Because if you don't go in too deep, you don't fall into the same mistakes either as well.
Very true.
Because it's such an easy scale. The moment that you take an opinion that doesn't follow a norm for some people, it has this bad habit of biting you in the ass. Even if you're just being honest in yourself, like it still will.
Very true. Well, TV apparently is already been subbed, and I actually want to take since your avatar is where is it? Is not showing up here. Let's watch one of your videos. Which send me to something good.
Oh, okay. Hold up. So we'll hook you up with something at least funny, but it's not directly tied to just me. It will be content with me and the people that I hang out with. Okay. So probably would want to lean with shorts, right? Something small, funny, burst of laughs.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was there's actually a pretty funny post of me making somebody have a meltdown. If you look at my stream Attractive Femboys and Furries, YouTube nuked it, but it did amazing on TikTok.
This one?
Yeah, that should be it.
All right, let's see. I hate the shorts.
When I titled my stream Furry Love,
so that it turns it into a regular video. I love it. All right, this is Mac's actual avatar. I don't know why I can't remember that fucking word.
When I titled my stream Furry Love, this was not the reaction I was expecting from Day. Yeah. I've been noticing I've been growing a following on TikTok lately. I'm not joking. I've been seeing the people that follow me recently. And there's been an abundance of femboys and furries that have been following me recently. I'm not joking. Welcome, femboys. Welcome, furries. You're welcome here. But it's interesting that's the audience that I'm starting to grow. The number of people that have followed me with profile pictures of full-on fursuits. 1, holy respect. That's a lot of money. 2, how the did you find me? 3, what about me is appealing to furries? I'm actually curious.
Are you using my love for Halsa to appeal to your furry community?
I didn't put it as a tag, if that helps. I could have.
Didn't need to.
I'm not a furry!
You are the last person who can say that.
So this was from a Twitch stream.
Yeah, that was from me playing Baldur's Gate. So I'll offer a little bit of context because I feel like it's helped. Thank you for the subs, by the way. I've been seeing those pop up in the chat. That's very sweet of you. So in Baldur's Gate, it is an RPG channel. An RPG game where it's like you're playing a tabletop RPG like Dungeons and Dragons, but in a game perspective. Like you do the roles and everything else, but it's all fully gamed. So the game has people you can romance. And the person I'm playing with, I love her to death. Her name is Dania Luxu. She is an unhinged murder gremlin. She is wonderful. She is an Oni VTuber, Oni being a Japanese demon. And she is in love with Halsin. He is a druid, and the meme on the internet is if you pass a specific role at a certain point, because you can fuck the romanceable options. The end of the romance, you usually get to fuck the person you're romancing. With Halsin being a druid, he can turn into a bear and then fuck you. Yeah.
That's why you're getting a bunch of furries, brother.
Well, no, she's romancing him. I just give her shit for it, and then I get furry followers. I'm getting furry followers for giving her shit. That's how it's been going. I literally have like 4 different posts of her losing her shit about Halsin. And each time I put up another one, there's like, oh, there's another fursuit. Oh, there's another fursuit. And when I said that those are expensive, I have friends who are furries who told me a full fursuit is anywhere from $9,000 to $15,000.
God.
You want to talk about VTuber models? Imagine something you had to put on and sweat in. I don't judge furries. Like, I actually do welcome them into the community. By God, that's a lot of money.
Well, and I think so. Here's something I'm realizing as we're talking, that because I am specifically talking about more right-wing politics, then the notion of a furry or even a trans person in general is already kind of at odds with what the audience is. And so if you're outside of a political realm, then it seems pretty just like another thing, like just another person.
Yeah, it is just another person to me. At the end of the day, people who are furries, I have trans members of the community. We have furries. We have everybody from the LGBTQ. Like, it is a safe space for all types of adults. Like, as long as people aren't weird, my rule is pretty simple. If you're not an asshole, you can stick around. It's really simple.
I mean, I kind of feel like if you're a furry, you're automatically weird, but hey, to each their own. Oh my goodness! Shout out to the Funk Master General. Said Morty rules us all. Praise him before it's too late. I have to bail. Thanks for being here, Mac. Sniff ya jerks later. Oh my goodness! Thank you so very much. And you know what? I'm gonna grab a bone for Morty because you guys have been so generous. You've been so nice to Mac, and I am really enjoying this conversation. So thank you so very much. Of course, out sponsoring yourself. Thank you again, brother. Liberty Plus said, as someone who grew up poor, I don't understand these people at all. I had $10,000 and used it for college. I made a mistake, and I used it. Yeah, I used it for college. I made a mistake. That's again kind of where my confusion comes from. Is there a level? I can hear you. I'm just going to jump up. But is there a level of like? Again, I hate that these buzzwords keep coming up, but a level of privilege where you have to kind of be a certain socioeconomic class before going into being a high-level VTuber is a thing, or is it more so you just start small and build up from there?
I genuinely believe that you should start small and build yourself up because you said it in the beginning. If you start, and I will tell you, the VTubers of Twitch, the VTubers of YouTube, everybody who ever tells you about VTubing will tell you this. Don't start off buying it. It's the same information they give you if you want to start streaming. Don't buy an expensive set. Don't buy an expensive model. Just don't. If you're going into this dropping $2,000 on a setup just so you can stream, you're already doing it wrong. If you're going this deep in the hole before you even get started, before you're making money through doing it, you've already failed. Me personally, I've spent So the computer that I have for streaming. All right, we'll make this a prime example. I told you how I started from an Xbox 360, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, started Xbox One, not Xbox 360. If I tried that on my Xbox 360, that shit would have red ringed and I would have been fucked. Started on an Xbox One. I streamed things through Game Pass. It was $20 a month, and that was the only thing I spent money on. That was it to run my streaming. From my console, I got over 1,000 followers on Twitch. Through my console, no face cam, no nothing. All of the money that went into my setup came from streaming. I didn't spend any money outside of that on this project. This was something that funded because I started with nothing and I bought bits and pieces along the way.
Well, that's very. I keep trying to find ways to be like, see, this doesn't make sense, but you're making too much goddamn sense. Because
the idea that people have the big expensive models, if you do that in the beginning, we don't shun you, but we look at you like, what the fuck were you thinking? Yep. None of us suggest that.
Yeah, I had the laptop I'm on now. I didn't have time to set the studio up and everything because I was running late. But the laptop I'm on now, I ran the entire show off of this. I still use the same microphone, microphone, headphones setup, and then 3 packs of LED lights. With one for my face, and then a couple for the colors, and that was it for a long time. And it didn't look great. I mean, this is certainly not 4K, not compared to the other thing. But it wasn't until I had a bit of a following and felt comfortable that okay, I want to invest in myself in this before I bought a computer, before I got any more lights, before any of that stuff. So yeah, I keep trying to find different ways that you guys don't make sense, but you're making too much.
At the end of the day, we're just like you guys. We are. And I'll let you go ahead and read this out too.
Thank you to Dr. Evil Genius. He is definitely enjoying that bone right there. Said for the 1999, thank you so very much. Said viewers should support the content we like with cold cash. Please take this offering, as this has been my favorite TIJ stream that I've ever seen in a long time. Oh, thank you so very, very much, brother. And you guys know what that means. We have met the Swolgo. I don't know if Mac is going to want to stay around to see me do some push-ups, but I owe you guys.
Go for it. I got about a half hour left that I had set up for this, if that's okay with you. I tried to set up the rest of my afternoon until you kicked me off. I didn't know how this was going to go. I kind of thought partway through I was going to annoy him and he was going to get the fuck out of here.
No, it's tough to well, it's not tough to annoy me. It's tough to annoy me to that level. But no, this has been great. As I was saying in the original video, like, yes, I was being tongue-in-cheek. Yes, I was being snarky, but it was a genuine question. Like, I think that everything that you brought up, I did drop the link. If you guys have anything that you want to come and ask, the link is pinned. And yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of preconceived notions that I had. And it didn't seem like they were necessarily that preconceived because it's not like I've never played video games. It's not like I've never watched anime. I did try those things and I didn't like them. And so I just put all of that in the same category. But as you're explaining, just like anybody else, you start out with basics and then you build up. It's making too much sense.
Do you have to swap cameras while you're doing push-ups, by the way, or something?
No. Yeah, no. Downstairs, I just you can see it's in my living room, so I could just go back there. Now I'm on my laptop, so I'm just gonna bring it over there.
Okay. So you want me to keep talking while you're doing it, or
no? You're cool. You're cool. I'll do it after. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Shout out to Winston. Welcome. So last time I watched, you did not have any gray hair. What is going on? I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. Jesus. But a lot of hair still. I will take the gray as long as it's still there. Welcome. Zippy said, VTubers are just like any political streamer. Half of them are fine, and the other half are insane.
That's honestly fair. Like, okay, so I'll talk about this a little bit. I mentioned male VTubers have it rough because you can make a female model in so many different ways and still have it look good. There's only so many ways you can make a male model look good. And you got types. You got the twinks, you got the himbos, and then you got like the femboys. And yes, twinks and femboys are different. We're not going to get into the descriptions because I feel like this is the wrong audience to try and figure that one out.
We'll just put them in the same group. And fair enough.
Okay, yeah. Long story short, there are different ways to do it. And depending on what you get, it's what type of personalities. I'm going to tell you right now, there are some creepy fuckers out there. There are some male VTubers that are terrible. There are like people I would, not only would I say stay away from, I would say like that somebody should look at their computer. But you could say the same with face cam streamers. The difference is you can see the face of the person acting like a creep. But growth wise, females will have it easier in that regard. And this is not a comment that girls have easier time streaming. I don't even want to get into that argument because it's not an argument. That has been a concept for a long time. And I see somebody coming in. Hello.
Shout out to Dr. Evil Genius. Welcome to the party. How are you doing, brother? Long time no see.
I'm doing all right, gentlemen. I was about to just go like take a shower and mind my business, but like I said, this conversation has been really, really enjoyable to watch. I'm going to tell you guys why. So, when I clicked on the live stream and I saw that, this whole thing came about from, Lutch just roasting the shit out of this guy's chosen way to put out content. And the dude was like, okay, I'll show up and talk to you. If you know anything about me and Lutch, which you don't, but Lutch used to sometimes come and help us co-host a filthy casual MMA watch party over on TSP, and we had some contentious conversations over the years, but it's always been love and respect, even though sometimes I have at times detested his position on certain topics. So when you guys are talking about like, some of the heavier topics and, staying away from some of that, it's really funny. Myself and Captain Paul were thinking about repackaging TSP to not talk about such heavy stuff so much because it really does kill the artistic mojo when you just kind of like, worried about the response you're gonna get, and you're talking about a bunch of depressing shit, and you rather just have fun and talk about that stuff, so it is really nice to see the conversation. That's why I was throwing money at you, because you already know how I feel about most of the streams, Lutch. I just bypassed them, but I was just like, what the fuck is VTube? I don't even know what the fuck is going on here. So it's been really nice listening to you guys going back and forth.
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope this was informational. Like, I've been talking a lot of shit for the past hour plus. I hope it was helpful to somebody out there.
It has been, at least for me. I don't know about you guys, but I knew what VTubing was, obviously, but very clearly there was a lot of ignorance with that, and exactly what you were saying before about how people will have this mindset of, you're not even going to show your face, so why should I listen to you? And I don't think that there is no merit to that, but it's not enough merit. Like, I think there is something there, that if you are willing to put your face and name out there, then there is a little bit more. But that doesn't mean that just because you're anonymous, whether you have an avatar or your faceless channel, doesn't mean anything. One of my favorite channels is Liberty Hangout, where it's a faceless channel.
Are you making a Coheed and Cambria reference?
I don't know, maybe. It's a faceless channel, so he'll just show whatever footage he's showing, and then when he cuts away from the footage, when he cuts away from the footage, it's just kind of a it's just a PNG, but it's a moving background, and so again it has some motion, and he's got like his little character, but that's always been enough. But I'm sure that if he, well, no, see, that's where it gets into it. That's where it goes into the different types of niches. Because if he were to get a moving avatar, I think a lot of people are like, yo, what is this shit? I'm not watching this anymore.
Yeah, and that does happen for the record. Like, I will admit that I did lose a little bit of viewership when I went VTuber, but I was interested enough in this direction for content that I was okay with that, because if people didn't vibe with the direction I wanted to take it, that's okay. I'm not meant for everybody, and this was what felt right to me. Disembodied voice is also kind of a bummer in some regards, because yes, it really does limit what you're able to do. Yes, I want to be a voice actor. Yes, I can like really articulate how I'm feeling through my voice. But at the end of the day, it's a voice on a screen, and I do Let's Plays. How many thousands of people do Let's Plays with nothing but a voice in the background? And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to call out a lot of people. Some of y'all need to figure out how sound works, because if you can't hear the streamer over the gameplay, you're fucked. Yeah. You're fucked. You did it to yourself.
Well, that's another thing in the direction of the VTuber. Like we were, what the hell we were just watching the other night, and we were talking about somebody on a panel, and it was just a bunch of people, not cammed up. They're using crappy microphones, bad cameras, and they're trying to establish themselves as like some type of authority in the space. And it's like, fine, not everybody has to have the best equipment, as we were talking before. But the fact of the matter is, if you want people to take you seriously, then there's a certain level, like people judge. That's just the way it is. People judge. And so you have to play that game.
You do. I guess in a very general sense, what you're willing to put in is what you're going to get back. I've said it and I'll say it again. You have a system here. So for the record, when you and I were talking, I'll let everybody know how this started. It was the TikTok. It was my comment where then I proceeded to bring his TikTok up on my stream, where I was a little tongue-in-cheek. I'm going to use that terminology here. And because we're all VTubers, we're like, look at this pleb trying to understand what VTubing is. Jesus. Helmet? A helmet? No, we gave you a little bit of shit. It was a ration of shit. And then when you were legitimately, when I DM'd you, I'm like, I'm open to a conversation, because I am. I genuinely was kind of curious if you were being genuine. And the first thing I did, I made the mistake. I should have had you send me one of your videos, because I clicked on some clips and it was like hardcore arguing debate bro shit. I DM'd you after. I'm like, we're not doing a debate, right? Like, this is just going to be a chill talk, right?
That's what they're asking for. I found this conversation delightful. Now give us blood.
Blood for the blood gods.
No, it's just,
Yeah,
I mean,
that sounds like a Coheed and Cambria reference. That's what I was asking. Oh, I would be remiss if I did not duly inform everyone in the stream that shit.
Yes.
My brain just went blank. But my guy here does cocaine. And it's like really important that everybody know that he does cocaine.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's give you. We have the chat in front of you.
Yeah, so everybody should know about the rock and roll clown. Please.
Wrong one.
Please, the rock and roll clown.
There we go. Well, I mean, I've definitely learned a lot here. I think, my opinion that VTuber is, VTuber is automatically, something lesser than, with Nux being the exception. Doesn't really fit. And I'm always happy to have my mind open. I'm very strong in my opinions, but I'm also, again, always open, because I don't like being wrong. So if I'm out here saying, oh, VTubing is stupid because of X, Y, and Z in your fucking headset, and I'm wrong, well, I'm glad that now I can be right again. That, hey, VTubing is not for me, but, it's actually this, that.
And that's more than fine. This is something for you after stream. I dropped a link in your DMs. Like I said, there's another thing that's really popular with VTubing is each VTuber has its own talent, like their own thing that they try to push through their content, because some of them are musicians. Some of them do all manner of things. Like for me, like I said, I want to get into voice acting, and I'm a legally blind gamer, but I'm a better shot than most of my friends. Don't ask how that works. We still haven't figured it out.
I have an idea. I mean, maybe you have one eye that's stronger than the other, and because you don't need depth perception on a two-dimensional screen, you can aim a little bit more accurately than other people.
That's actually
I mean,
probably a good
three-dimensional
chunk of
is not
it.
a
I
problem.
absolutely have one eye worse than the other. So I'm albino and I was born with underdeveloped optic nerve in both eyes. I believe my right eye is about 40% stronger than my left eye, but neither one of them are near 20/20 vision. I think it's like 22 or 2400 and 2600 or 2700 in the other eye. But yeah, no, as far as it goes, like there's that. I'm good with movement. I'm good with color and movement, but I'm terrible with like reading extensively. Like I want to be a voice actor, but like reading a lot of text back to back wears my eyes out like crazy.
So,
Yeah,
what about your reaction? Do you have how would you rate your reaction times compared to others?
Depends on the game, honestly. Sometimes I feel like I'm really locked in and I'm like just turning on a dime, and there are some times where I feel like I am sluggish as hell. I've tried Valorant. That was really hard on my eyes just because you're trying to shoot one single pixel on the other side of the map and they can see you clearly, but apparently I can't do the same. I'm good at Overwatch. Marvel Rivals, people suck there, but I play it from time to time. I like story games, though. Big fan of everything, indie. I love indie stuff.
I wish I was more into gaming. Like it seems fun, but like there was a gap when I was younger, my parents wouldn't buy the newer systems after N64, so we'd have to wait until the next one came out. And like when PS2 came out, then I got a PlayStation 1, and then when
Raising
PlayStation
my
3
glass in honor. I'm in the same fucking boat, dude. I am the same way.
Well, and then, by the time I got to college, then I started college in 08. And like, that was the opportunity to, like, if I wanted to, get the skills that I missed from that time. But I already was just like, I suck at this, whatever. And everybody else was doing it. Everybody else was great at it. And I could have gone through a little bit of a learning curve and then been good at gaming, but I don't know. It's probably for the best that I don't have yet another addiction to a screen.
I have been wanting to do more Let's Play stuff on my regular channel, the DEG channel. But the issue, so the last game that I was kind of going through was Horizon Forbidden West.
See, I haven't gotten a chance to play Horizon yet. I have 3 people who are like on my ass about it. It's a game that I'm going to get sucked into. I've been told it's really good.
Yeah. So the thing for me personally, I know this is going to be very, it could be potentially controversial, but I really would like a game that has like less agenda in it, less futurist female. There's a lot of things that they're throwing in entertainment where they have to throw in some pro-female. I mean, pro-female is great, but they can't do it without anti-male. And so there's just it's kind of slid in there in Horizon. Like the gameplay is so much fun, but it's like the constant. I find myself rolling my eyes every time you go to like have some kind of dialogue and the man is evil or a coward and he needs to be saved by this woman. It's just this constant thing that I'm seeing in society. So it did kind of dull some of my enjoyment of the story. But I'm hearing that this Wolverine game is coming out next year that is supposed to be like super dope. So I'm thinking that I might get my Let's Play back on. But right now, the only thing I'm doing on my regular channel is like fitness related videos in my cars. So
have you tried Pong? You're an ass for that.
Yeah, this is so. Actually, well, I do have one more slightly tangentially related question while we have a Dr. Evil Genius up here. I was asking Mac earlier about how being a VTuber is going to appeal much strongly to certain groups of people than others, namely anime fans, and then secondarily video game fans, which is a lot of the same thing. And when someone like yourself, who's has your opinions on men and women and wokeness and all that stuff, what would you have to say about somebody who had your, not even political opinion, but more so cultural opinions? If you were in that world, you're saying you're going to do more of that. Is that something that you think either A, that you would want to spend time addressing, or B, do you think people would want to hear that? Like, do you think there's an audience for, hey, we love these games, but this, and this sucks about it? You know what I'm saying?
I think I continue to mellow in my old age, and I'm starting to realize that it might be better to speak more about the things that we do like, rather than constantly picking at things where we don't like. Now, in the case of Marvel and console gaming, console gamers was built on the backs of us unattractive guys that were made fun of in school. Like the whole video game community, especially, like I said, I'm a little on the older side, but the only people that really played video games back when I got into it were the outcasts, the people who were not very socially socially calibrated. So when you look at the Marvel comic books and the cinematic universe, again, something that young men would kind of be drawn to, but then when they wanted to go mainstream, they shit on those people immediately. So in some ways, I think that it's important to point out that they are disrespecting their core fan base. Gillette, sorry. But I think that moving forward, I think that enough people have voted with their dollars to just kind of say, you know what, we don't want these themes in our games. We're going to just buy the games that we like, that resonate with us or are just exciting to us. So, I'm thinking that it's probably better. Like if I was in Mac's situation where he's drawing ladyboys and what do you say, furries to the table, I'd have to think long and hard about the words I use on stream. So I probably wouldn't like that much, but
and that's the benefit of not necessarily wanting to inject your political opinions.
Right, exactly. I would definitely feel a little bit handcuffed, because it's going to be very, very difficult for me to just blurt out the words that I like to use, but also understanding too that somebody is taking out time in their day when they could be literally doing anything else or watching anyone else, and they are spending time with me. I have to respect those people regardless of who they are. So, it's you got to balance it. You got to put your real personality out there, but you also have to balance it with the fact that we're all here together because there's something that resonates.
Fair enough. Any thoughts on that, Mac? Do you feel a little lucky is the wrong word, but do you feel like you're in a good position given you're attracting, we'll say, these types of people, and that's not really in conflict?
What do you mean, those people?
The people.
Wow, I was waiting to see if somebody was going to make a race joke here. I was waiting to see it. That these people was the worst thing you could have fucking said. Holy shit. You fell for that hook, line, and sinker, dude.
Hey, like I say, I speak how I speak, all right? I'm not hateful, and I don't try to use any...
My blackness brings it out in him, and Mac, don't take it personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will never forget when you scolded me for calling you articulate because you thought that I meant articulate for a black man.
Oh no, that wasn't me. That might have been Trey. That might have been Trey.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I said it about. I think I said it about you, and then Trey called me out.
Oh yeah,
No. I think I was talking about Darshan. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Just spilling the tea over here. Don't mind me.
The point is that like I wouldn't even think like that. I was just so taken aback. But fair enough. There are definitely racist people out there.
Yeah, I think that a lot, and I've been thinking about this a long time. I know I really don't want to pull the conversation this direction, but now that you mention that, I've been thinking a bit about, we talked about the whole Charlie Kirk thing before, right? And my opinion has not changed. If you want to find out my opinion on what happened to Charlie Kirk, you go back to the last time that I popped up on the stream as a contributor. And my opinion hasn't changed. But since then, I've learned a lot about some of his beliefs that were reprehensible. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Yes.
And I listened to some of the things that he said. And the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, he thinks this about black people. Oh, it's very clear he spent no time around black people. So it's given me another perspective that a lot of times it's not even really hate. It's just ignorance. It's people just don't have the exposure. So a lot of their opinions on any particular subject comes from some external source, the media, usually, other people's opinions online. And, I've worked hard to try to temper that. And not just, haul off and say, oh, this person is just evil for the sake of being evil. People come to their opinions in different ways. And I think understanding how people get to those places is important. So that being said, I'm still not interested in finding out how people want to fuck while wearing animal costumes. It can't smell good.
It definitely can't. But we'll leave that to Mac to figure out. Dr. Genius, thank you so much for joining us. For anybody who doesn't know, sir, yes, I'm giving you the full screen. Tell them, who are you, what do you do, and where can people find you?
Oh, I am a high-level personal trainer working in New York City. You can find me in the gym teaching people. That's what I've been doing most of these days. Obviously, if you come on over to Talk Shit Podcast, we do the Filthy Casual MMA Watch Party. Yeah, we cover MMA. Me and my first lady, we cover all the MMA stuff. We'll probably get TIJ back because they're going to Paramount next year, so no more pay-per-views. That'll be good.
I might be back in the mix. I might be back in the mix.
I'm glad that I got a chance to, parasocially meet Mac Anu. This was super ultra dope.
And for future reference, Mac is fine.
Brother?
If we ever interact again, Mac is fine. I know that the last part of my name fucks with people so much, so you're good. You're good. I've been called Mac Anus so many times on Twitch. I'm not joking. It is on purpose, but I've heard it all.
You probably should not have told me that. That was a bad idea.
No, it's fine. I've heard it all. I've heard mac and cheese, macaroni. I've been called every food you can think of. Mac anus, everything's been used on me. I've been doing this for 5 years now. I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, but you probably should not have told me that, because now I have that in my database. So
enjoy.
It's not good. But yeah, I'll come check you out, see what's going on, and yeah, it's all good. Lutch, thank you so much for having me come up, and like I said, money well spent. This was a really good and this. Oh, I got to say this too, because we talk about this on TSP a lot. The fact that both of you were open enough. See, you fucked up. You fucked up.
Bring it. Sorry.
Mannequin Skywalker. I don't know. So that just popped out of my head. So one of the things that I love about what we're trying to do with this internet, because like I said, TIJ and I are diametrically opposed on too many subjects for us to be as good friends as we are. But this is a really good space, in my opinion, because we're kind of showing people how to talk to each other. Hey, you don't understand VTubing. You don't know what that is. It seems weird. Instead of you just, tearing him down, you tore him down and said, "Oh, I'll come and have a conversation," which is the way it should be done. This is how we, as men, we're supposed to be interacting with each other. And I think that we're creating more of an open internet, viewer by viewer, by showing people how to disagree with each other, showing people how to relieve each other respectfully of our ignorances. Because I still don't know what VTubing is. I sat here, I still don't know what the fuck it is, but I like this Mac guy, so it's all good. Chat, you've been awesome. Liberty TV, please listen to that song, Blindside Sunny, because I thought that was the song that you were referencing when you said we want blood.
Good eye, sniper.
Oh yeah, that was all right. So Mac, you were talking earlier. I gotta mention this. Mac, you were talking earlier about how your the way that your hearing is set up more for like high frequency, high tones, and things of that nature.
I'm more sensitive to it for sure. I hear everything louder, I would say, but higher frequencies like drive me slightly insane. I've done the ear test with like how far can you go, and it's usually a couple of notches above the average before I stop being able to hear that note.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, you still have the hearing skills of a child, probably because your other senses have been heightened because of the poor vision. But
sense of smell and hearing go really hard. Even to me being 28 now, I literally. The best example, went on a walk, smelt a dead body from half a mile away. It was a dead animal body. I didn't mean to be dramatic, but I can hit that smell very, very easily, hit that smell, hit my nose, knew exactly what it was. And I was like, oh, I don't think I want to go for a walk today. I don't know exactly what it is, but found out it was like a dead raccoon or something.
Yeah, you might be a vulture.
Might be.
So here's the deal.
Yes.
Now, TIJ knows how much of a fan of Coheed and Cambria I am, right? He understands. So he likes to be an asshole sometimes, and he likes to parody a song called "The Favor House Atlantic." And the first thing that I thought when you talked about like the high pitch, I was like, I dare this motherfucker, Lutch. I fucking double dog dare you to start singing this song while he's on the stream. And with that, I bid you adieu.
That's for the after party. Well, all right, brother. Thank you so very, very much. You have a good one. All right. Well, yeah, Mac. I mean, this has been very informative, and like I said, it's always good to broaden your horizons and to be what's the word I'm looking for? Reacquainted with the idea that you don't know shit about shit.
Yes, it's humbling. It's very humbling.
But it has definitely been humbling. And yeah, I'm gonna do. I can do the high pitched voice for real, but again, that's a whole different. Maybe during the push-ups. But yeah, I think that's very much a new perspective that I have, and in terms of content creation in and of itself, like I often talk about how difficult it is to talk to other people about creating content in general, whether it's similar types of content, but like just being on this side. Was everybody watches content, including content creators, but it's a very different thing. So solidarity among content creators.
I gotta go here in a minute. I know you're signing this setup, but I gotta ask, is there any other questions that you have that I can give a relatively simple answer to? Are you good? Do you feel like you got the gist?
I feel like I got the gist. I mean, I still don't think it's necessarily something I would seek out, but the next time I see something that has a title or a thumbnail that appeals to me, if there's an avatar dancing on the screen, then I'll see what they got to say.
The best thing I hope you guys can walk away from this, for everybody in the chat who had this conversation or had these ideas, maybe just an appreciation. You guys don't have to like it, but there is such an effort behind it that you guys don't know about, and now you know a little bit. What I described was the bare bone basics. It's just a lot of effort, a lot of learning, and in the time that I spent learning how to be a content creator, I probably have learned 3 different degrees worth of random bullshit that I only need to know in this field. If this ever like completely dies for me, all that information's out the window.
Yeah, that's one part of it. But yeah, until you said I figured out, I watch more VTubers that I knew. I guess I'll be in that boat shortly. So, in case anybody missed the beginning of the stream, who are you? What do you do? And where can people find you?
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. My name is Macanu. I'm a variety bartender, VTuber, and aspiring voice actor. I play a wide range of games over on Twitch. I record indie content on YouTube, trying to show you guys the gems of the internet that you might not have heard of before. I am presently obsessed with a game that came out called Megabonk. If you already know the memes about it, it's a great game. It is meant to literally be a dopamine hell. If you like streams, I stream with a whole bunch of really cool people over on Twitch. We play everything from FPS, RPGs, and everything along the lines. I am open to conversations about anything that you guys want to talk about, as long as you're respectful. It was nice to be here, and thank you for letting me have your time.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much. You are you are welcome back anytime. And since StreamYard doesn't work with the avatar, maybe we could figure out something with Discord so that everybody could see it.
I can absolutely set something on Discord. Yeah, if we end up doing this again, I can absolutely make sure for sure Discord. I'll tinker with this website. You are the only reason I will ever use this website, but I will tinker with it. We're all set in our ways. I like my Streamlabs.
I hear you. It's so funny though. Like in like the politics world, at least from what I see. I'll say the politics streaming world. Everybody uses StreamYard, but different communities.
Different strokes for different people. Probably because I bet you trying to stream a game on this software would suck. That might be it. Because on Streamlabs, it's easy. On OBS, it's easy. I looked at the studio a little bit so I could set my microphone up beforehand. They do not have beef as far as I know, because 9 times out of 10, most people who are furries don't think they're actual animals. I Googled that terminology for you, by the way. I saw that post earlier. I Googled it.
There you go. Coming through for the captain of the Moral Felon crew.
All right. Do I leave or do you boot me? How does this work?
I could boot you. Thank you so much for hanging out. We really do appreciate it. And again, you are welcome back anytime.
Thank you very much. Take care of yourself.
All right. I'm going now. Bye, guys. Bye. See you later. Oh, wait. I've got some push-ups to do. Let's see where we're at. Well, actually, let's see what did I miss from the chat. Let's see if we got some stuff. So let's go back as far as Mac Anus, Mac Anunnaki, Mac and me. There you go. I definitely goddamn shapeshifters. I definitely wanted to have, I didn't want to have a debate, but I wanted to come in and be like, see, I knew that shit was stupid. I knew that was dumb. But hey, whatever. But that's not what happened, And I think that, kind of what Dr. Evil Genius was saying is the idea is that we want to be able to communicate with each other. Did anybody get hurt because I learned something new? I hope not, because, there's a momentary humbling, but that's not a negative thing. Come on. I'm out of practice. When I was with my band, I could definitely do it. Okay, I need to hear the key. So let's find the key. Why am I doing that there? Oh, yeah. Duh. I was like, why did I pick up my phone? Because I can't stream it to you guys. Faber House Atlantic. Let's do it. I'm not gonna say. We're just gonna see if I can hit it or not. Good eye. No, that's too low. Good eye, sniper. I'll shoot. You run. That's out of practice. That's out of practice, yo. Y'all don't even know what kind of skills I got. I'm glad you brought this back up. That is an interesting question. I'm glad to see that there's different communities out there, and they seem to be able to get along. Dr. Richardson, I'm not leaving. I'm watching these push-ups. Perform with that in mind. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah, right. Anything. All right, let's do it. What are we at? Let's see. We have 47, and then we had the 20, right? So that was 5, and oh my goodness, 67. We round down. That's another 33. I hit that last night before. Was it last night or the night before? I don't know. But the last time I got to 35 or 36 or something like that. Let's see. Here we go. Guys, you paid me. Now it is time to pay yourselves. Bring this whole goddamn microphone with me. Hold on. I'm not stalling. All right, here we go. We're go. Let's do it. Man. Okay. Actually, I want to be a little bit further. Put my feet on the carpet so I'm not slipping around. I'm still a little sore. All right, ready? Here we go. Is that good? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, and 1 for good luck. Woo! Guys, that is the first time that we have hit the goal, and it's been more than the 15 for the super chats, and I've done them all in one take. Fuck you. Yeah, right. This is the best time to give my money, but it's too late now. Okay, well that hurt. So I mean, I did what I did. Like, what was wrong with that? What was wrong with that? Gotta hold the laugh so I can't. Fuck you. I'm tired. I'm beat. I drank too much because we were on verbal Mortal Kombat. I was on Verbal Combat after my stream, and it ended up being a 7-hour stream. We talking about CD-ROM video games? I don't know what that means, bruh. So I was on let's do it exactly how long it was. Last night I was on for 7 hours and 6 minutes. 7 hours and 6 minutes. And the whole time, I was drinking, I have my ways to not get shit-faced, but I wasn't feeling great. And then I had a client that was way over at the tippy north point of the Jersey Shore, which is not close to me at all. I had to wake up, go there, and then, not gonna lie, I did forget that this interview was today. I was so excited. Like, all right, just sleep late, get out of bed, go do this, and come right back to sleep. I already rolled up. I already rolled up. I'm already ready for bed, bro. I got ready for bed before I left. I got my kratom ready to go. And then luckily Mac hit me up. He was like, "We're still good." I was like, "Oh fuck, I forgot about that." And then of course, I would have had the time because it's about an hour away, but the appointment was at 3:30. So the point was to be back in time when I made the appointment. I didn't write down the interview, and then I felt bad. I was like, fuck, I got caught up. But thank you for Mac for being flexible, and yeah, I definitely I learned some shit. Shout out to Box coming at the very last minute. Welcome. Range of motion. I was going up and down. That's the motion. But would you two different realms. As far as entertainment, would you rather me do 5 perfect ROM push-ups or 30 of those? And then in terms of building habits, then I'll do 30 push-ups that aren't perfect as opposed to just doing a few that are. Just saying. I am beat. Entertainment value. Well, hey, I mean, if you guys keep hitting the goal, there you go. If you guys keep hitting the goal, I will keep getting better. That is the idea here. And I'm wearing a hoodie now, but you guys know how puny I am. And all of that will be fixed. Guys, thank you so very, very much. Look at all of the donations. We had TV with the $10 PayPal. Thank you so very, very much. Dr. Logenius signing up as a member. Buckmaster with the 5 gifted memberships. Why does it? So look, you see how they changed the display name thing, right? So on the gifted membership, it says the display name, but on the super chat, it says the app thing. But then Dr. Evil Genius says Dr. Evil Genius. I'm very confused. But either way, guys, thank you so very, very much. If you, if I haven't mentioned it or brought it up or whatever, I have decided that at this point in time, it is more worthwhile for me to spend more time online versus clipping things up and just putting up the videos. Eventually, that's going to have to be part of it. But I have limited time and energy for that matter. Yeah, I'm a lazy bitch. Get over it. So I think I'm going to be doing more streams again. I had this one planned, but Tuesday, Thursday, weekends, I'm going to be here more often. I may not have as many. I definitely need an editor. Well, I've been saying, guys, you can make money. All you have to do is take my streams, make your own channel, and post my clips. That channel will grow faster than this one. And it's your channel. And then more people know me through your channel. So, Box, the only question I have, I'm late. How much does the avatar cost? I said $3K the other day. Just gave an educated guess. So this chick, did I fucking get rid of it? Hold on. There's one chick that we watched, and he was like, guess how much she, God damn it. Hold on a second. So we'll see if you can guess how much. Oh, don't tell. Is this it? How's it not there? Here we go. So guess how much this chick it costs to look like this. Oh, did she?
I just know that the community is going to love October 13th because it is going to be a day to remember. It's going to be the rebirth of Vampy, and it's going to be so good. So good. I want to spoil everything, but I can't. I gotta hold on. It's so good, bro. I want to leak. All over chat. Wait. What? Why? Fucking intrusive thoughts. I hate it.
So the last night when I was on the Speakeasy panel, there was that guy Trippy who had just the 2D thing that his face moved and he had his eyes and then his hands. He was saying that he spent $3K and that was just, kind of a flat thing. She said, or excuse me, Max said that this chick, that model cost 25 grand. 25 grand. That is the insane thing to me. Oh, that's probably a dude. No, apparently, they were saying that a lot of them are really attractive. They just don't want the attention, which Trippy's was definitely mid. And yeah, some people were saying, someone said 20K, some said something else. And I was thinking 5K because the early part of the conversation was exactly talking about these extremely, namely that Nuxnor guy. And I'll keep this up for now. And he was saying, well, yeah, once you get established, then, you can do all this stuff with face tracking and movement and 3D and all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to do that. You can start, nope, real money. Welcome to the party. Yep. But he was saying you could start out as like the first level is where you have 4 different just still photos. You have your avatar eyes open, avatar eyes closed, and then like open mouth and closed mouth. And you can just, kind of do it like very crude animation. And then and you can get one of those made by an artist for like $20 to $60. And then as it goes, then you get better equipment. Sims think every e-girl is attractive. It's the camera angle. Am I sexy now? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely, like, on the one hand, there's certainly a lot that I thought I knew, or maybe I didn't think I knew it, but I felt like I got the picture. I was like, yeah, I get it. But I didn't. That being said, I still don't feel like it's not justified when I see something anime and I'm like, ugh. There's gonna be furries around, then it's probably not my vibe. So when I see girl avatars, I instantly think fat chick, as you should. Dr. Virginia said, my guy JD has spent $30K on his graphics, intro, outro setup more than once for his wrestling podcast channel. Well, there you go. That's the other thing. I mean, there's number one, there's money coming in to streaming if you once you get over the hump. I have not gotten over the hump, but once we get over the hump, money is rolling in. That's why, like, Moist Critical just turned up all of his subs and donations and all that stuff. Be like, yo, just tie my YouTube account to yours, and so if somebody super chats you, comes to me. But yeah, there's a lot of money there, and so if you start small, like like me and Mac did with just basic stuff. I started just on my laptop, I'm still using the same microphone, all that stuff. Then building up once you get there, it makes sense. It makes sense. I said, damn, I know how to make graphics and shit. I can't believe people pay that much. It's insane. Well, I don't think it's the graphics. I think it's the interactivity. That's that's what I want to think. But again, like, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, it's not so much the graphic. It's not so much that, oh, it looks like that. It's the interactivity.
Hey, no,
It's
stop!
the going from, from here. Come on. The jigglenomics. Woo-woo. Yeah. That is not cheap or easy. But yeah, I mean, I get it that I'm in the, I've learned you may not necessarily be ugly, and that's why you have an avatar. But Magnus, a lot of them are hot. How do you know? I don't know if I believe you. I don't know if I believe you. Oh, I wish you would have brought this up. Yeah, Dr. B just said those jizzle physics. I hope she doesn't whine about sexism. That's, I wish I had a better, I wish I'd been a little bit more prepared to dive into that, because that was what I was trying to ask, and I didn't want to be intrusive or offensive or anything, but like, essentially, it's like, aren't you just collecting a bunch of gooners? Like, is that what you want? If that's what you want, I mean, hey, teach their own. But I don't feel like I would like that. But I'm me, so like you said, it sounds pretty easy to learn. I know how to make games in Flash. Can't be harder than that. Well, there you go. Now you got a new hustle. Become a VTuber artist, and people will come a running with that money. What was this? Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna knock out. I am fucking exhausted. I, of course, will be live tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you didn't see, I was on Verbal Combat and Speakeasy. Even before that, Speakeasy reached out to me, and was like, "Hey, are you down to do this?" And gave me a whole list of topics or prompts, and was like, "Are you for or against, or take a side?" And then he DM'd me and was like, "Would you be willing to debate Andrew Wilson?" Oh, you goddamn right. So hopefully he accepts. I don't see why he wouldn't. But we are going to be debating the legalization of prostitution. You can guess which side Andrew's going to take. But I am going to, well, hey, there's a whole playlist of streams, many playlists, as a matter of fact, that you can spend all the live long day. If you click this link, you will have probably, does it say? Probably like 6 to 8 days worth of content nonstop. So, and yeah, I'm very glad I was on the panel, because I didn't want my first appearance on that platform to be the debate with Andrew. And so, like, it was very good to just, number one, have my face there so that people were like, oh, okay, this is who this is, and I could stand on my own 2 feet. Then the fact that it was specifically Panelverse stuff with Ryan and Andrew and Rob, I was able to put myself as an ally for Rob and Andrew in that moment. And so now when I go to do the debate, I'm not just the guy from the modern day debate things. Thank you. There you go, guys. I got a whole list of them. We got there's 16 videos of special guests. The culture, almost every stream goes under the culture and politics playlist. But it's Culture has 420 videos, most of them streams. Politics has 367, mostly streams. We got all the debates in one place, all Lutch's other appearances, and then, of course, live stream clips. There is 363 different videos in those playlists. There are also 60 videos or streams in the religion and atheism playlist. There's a lot of overlap, but yeah, check it out. That's what I'm about to do, baby. Yeah, right. Oh, I was so happy. I was right next to him. And I purposely chose not to bring up any of that stuff because I wanted to, because I've been chirping at him. In the comments of the modern day debate things, in Jake Rattlesnake's comment section, all this kind of stuff. I've been, kind of just, oh, they don't want to debate me. So when that's not the topic, to then try to turn the whole panel to be like, hey, Andrew, why don't you debate me? That would not have gone well for me. And so I was just there, and now I'm my own person, and we'll see. But either way, I'm definitely going to be. I like that platform. I like the vibe. I like Speakeasy. He does a good job of running things without being too strict, but also allows the conversation to happen. So you will definitely see me there more often, guys. Thank you again. It is bedtime once again. We have our co-host Morty, aka the Overlord. And of course, guys, I've been your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Until next time, guys, we are out of here. Peace.